I really believe that was because of the incident. And Guni, he hit really hard, such as, and the referee didn't give anything.
Edo, welcome to a very special edition of the No Choftes podcast on the OLB. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tell your NOUNA. It's important. It helps us to help you, obviously. I'm your host, Stel, and with me is a former Omonoia striker. You should know him, Bernardo Vasconcelos. Bernardo, welcome to the show. Filemu. I hope you understand. You still know your Greek?
A little bit, yes. A little bit. I understand a little bit, yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. Well, look, thank you for taking the time right now. I know you're in sunny Poland.
Thank you for inviting.
Pleasure. You're in sunny Poland. Sunny Poland.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Work purposes. Would you like to talk about your current role, what you're doing with life? Because people have been asking, like, what's he doing with himself? I was telling people, I've got Bernardo on the podcast coming. They say, what's he doing with himself? He's disappeared.
No, I didn't disappear. So I'm an agent now, and I have plenty of players in Cyprus in the biggest teams. In our Omonoia, I have Kiko. I had Joel Pereira previous year. Thiago, I transferred him there as well, together with Savas. I brought him to Omonoia. Yes, and I have a few players in APOEL. I'm still around.
Keeping yourself busy. This is good.
Yeah.
Well, look, I know you played for clubs like Estoril, Benfica. You had a spell in the Netherlands for Valvik. Is that cool? Is that what they're called?
Valvik? Yes, Valvik.
Valvik, and then Liera.
They call it Valvik.
Valvik, yeah.
Valvik.
It's an interesting name.
Valvik, yeah.
And then you went to Leiria, is that right?
Leiria, yes, first division in Portugal, yes.
And you were with Freddy, if I'm not mistaken.
We grow together, me and Freddy.
Okay.
We are from the same city, and we played in the youth academies. We played together, and then in Leiria we managed to play again together. In Cyprus, we were together, but in the island, not in the same club. We never mixed in the same club. Yeah.
So what was he like growing up? Because we've spoken to Freddy on numerous occasions. I love him to bits, but he's a character. He's a character. What can you tell us about Freddy that he doesn't want us to know?
Freddy, that I also played. I played with him. Now after we stopped, we have a team that is playing for a amateur level. And we have quite a few players that they were playing in Cyprus. Me, Freddy, and Vargas also. You remember Vargas?
Yeah.
He played for AL,
That's right.
Limassol. And we played. Now, Freddy, everyone knows Freddy, and everyone knows everything about him because he makes sure that everyone knows everything about him. He's a showman, but he's a really good guy. He's an actor. But he's fantastic person, yeah. But Fred he makes one dressing room alone. He don't need anyone else.
Yeah. This amateur team that you play for, does he also put the masks on when he scores goals, or no?
Well, not that often because now we can't move that fast as he was moving. But yeah, we have some kilos more, all of us. But yeah, he does not make that show because he's creative and he's making all different stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know you ended up at APOEL, which was your first Cypriot team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And then you moved to Omonoia, and that was a big summer for us because I'm not mistaken. There's a big Portuguese influence then at the time, wasn't there? There was yourself. There was Ricardo Souza was there, if I'm not mistaken. Rui Lima.
Yes. I think Pedro Turrão as well.
Yes, he was with you at Leiria, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Nelson Vega, I believe, as well.
Yes, the right back, yeah.
And the other crazy guy as well.
Cafu.
Marcelino. No, Marcelino. Cafu as well, yes. But Cafu is not crazy. He's crazy. He's different. Marcelino, he's fucked up. I don't know.
No, it's fine. Swear as much as you want. It's fine. It's fine.
If I could say that.
You can say what you want. You can say whatever you want.
Good. So Marcelino, he was fucked up. But Cafu, yes, he's an amazing guy as well. You have the Cafu here in the
We had him last week. Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
Last week.
Nice
good guy.
Nice.
Good guy.
My good friend as well. We stayed good friends after this. I didn't met him until I came to. We arrived in Omonoia the same day. Me, him, and Marcelo Pledge.
Okay. Yeah.
In this time, in this transfer, it was winter transfer period. It was in the middle of the season. Yeah,
that's right. Because I remember he was telling us that he joined the club and they wanted him to play right wing at first.
Yes.
And he didn't want to. That wasn't his position. He was a striker.
I was the striker, so he needed to play right wing. No, but to be honest, I tell you that they in the beginning he was playing right winger and he was not doing that well. And after when he became striker, he was doing really good. Yeah.
So how did the move to Omonoia come about then? Because as I said, there was a lot of Portuguese players moving at the same time. Did you guys have the same agent? Was there someone at the top that was saying, right, I like Portuguese players. I want Portuguese players.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just lost you a little bit and I didn't understand because the connection was Tell me again.
So when you joined Omonoia, how did the move come about? Because as I said, there was lots of Portuguese players coming at the same time. So did you guys have the same agents or was there the people at the top? No.
Okay, when I arrived in Cyprus, the first year I came to APOEL, I told you I came to the second division. I think in Portugal it was Hélio Pinto, Ricardo Fernandes. I'm not sure about Nelson Vega, but I think I was third or fourth to arrive in this moment. After this one season, they started to come every year more, and mainly most of them with the same agent. When I arrived in Omonoia, the Portuguese guys that they were there, they didn't have the same agent as I had. They didn't have. It was different agent from Pedro so I don't know how. I think the Portuguese players that they came, they did well, and the Cypriot team suddenly they started to look for the Portuguese market. You know, it also came together with the huge crisis that we had in Portugal. And you know, the salaries, they were not good there, so it was I think easier for Cyprus to take quality players. It was easier to take them from Portugal than, let's say, from Spain, from England, from Italy, from even Netherlands, France. You know, that there are countries that you can get more money and it's more difficult to make the players come in Cyprus. So I think when they discovered that Portugal for Cyprus, comparing the quality and the money that they were paying, I think was perfect for them, and that's why I think it's Portuguese players, they fit really good in the Cypriot market.
Absolutely. So what do you remember about the hierarchy at the time, the people that were in charge of Omonoia? What were the conversations that you had with them? Cafu was telling us that some players were advised to fix games. He refused to. But that's something that was brought up. So what do you remember about the people at the top, though, in terms of the way they treated you guys? Was everything all right?
Besides the first day that I almost died when I was signing to Omonoia because, no, I'm joking, but the travel from Paphos to I remember this like it was now. The travel from Paphos to Nicosia when we signed, we agreed, and came my agent, me, the president, and the lawyer. We came, 4 of us in the car with closed windows all highway and 3 of them smoking inside. You know, I wanted to kill myself. It was one period I didn't want to do nothing anymore. I just wanted to stop the car, and they wouldn't stop. You know, I was going with my head out and crazy. But okay, besides this, no, there is. I never had any issues. I think it was Dr. Right, Mr. Jakub. The president was Mr. Yakovidis.
Yeah, like Yakovidis, yeah.
Yes, he was a doctor, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that, actually, yeah.
Yes, I think yes. He was always a gentleman. He was really nice. And although the obvious problems that we were facing, because Omonoia this time was facing a different, difficult period, I think. And although besides this, I never had any issues with these things that you were saying. Never.
In terms of a difficult period, what do you remember about it?
I mean, it was difficult that we didn't have the same quality as the other, you know, as for the standards of Omonoia that wants to fight for the championship. It cannot be more clear than this.
Right.
Our team was not that. It was not good as the other ones that they were fighting for the same targets.
Right. So there weren't any issues with payments and all that kind of stuff in terms of getting paid late and everything? Because I know we've spoken to previous players from further years down the line, and they said that, you know, they weren't being paid on time, and fans were actually helping them buy their food at the supermarket, these things here and there. No?
With me, the time I was there, listen, I cannot, you know, Kaseke, Cafu, the guys you spoke, they stayed many years there. I stayed for a period of 6-7 months. So in the period I was there, I didn't pass this kind of troubles. No.
So how many different managers did you play under them? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Okuka was at the time, Dudic, no?
Yeah, when I came was Yorgos Savidis.
Savidis, yes, because he was in charge. Yeah, Savidis, yeah. He was in charge of the APOEL game. He was in charge of the Doxa game, if I'm not mistaken.
When I arrived, yes, I did 2-3 games with him, and then he left and came, and his assistant, Dudic, became first coach.
That's right. Dudic is still in Cyprus.
Yes?
Still coaching in Cyprus.
I heard he was in China, no?
Well, I spoke to Ara Bedrosian, and he told me that he's in Algiers, I think. Is it Algiers?
Okay.
I think so.
I didn't know. Yeah, he was he was the coach. So Savidis did, maybe when I did with him together 3-4 games, AL, Doxa, and Paralimni, I think. Yeah. Something like this. And then we changed for Dudic.
Didn't you play in the 2-1 that when we beat APOEL? If I'm not mistaken. Beating APOEL 2-1. I think so, yeah.
For the league or for the cup?
I think it must have been the league game.
Yes. Yeah, I played this game, yes.
Yeah. What was that like, beating them?
No, it was amazing. It was amazing. These derbies, you know, I arrived from Peja, although I played also first division in other countries. The kind of atmosphere that you feel in these derbies, it's special. And I came from really small club there, Peja, to Omonoia, and it was end of January. So I did 3-4 games for the league and then started the playoff. So I was only playing Omonoia APOEL, Omonoia Nortes, only the Apollo, only the big games, and it was special. It was nice. It was really good.
But we had quite a lot of forwards during the time that you were there as well. Weren't you there when Okab joined and Costandino the year after?
No. You know, when I left, the money came.
Right. Okay.
I left before the money comes.
Okay, yeah, because for some reason in my head I thought you left in the following January for some reason.
Yeah, when the time I left in the summer I left is the time that Kiko is calling. The time
answer it. Tell you talking to me.
Como é que é? Estou a falar com o amigo teu. O Stel. Aquele que faz as coisas que mete na tua internet. Teu amigo do Instagram. Estou a falar que não estou a fazer entrevista, depois já te ligo, está bem? Um abraço, tchau. Sorry.
Don't worry, it's fine. I'm not going to put that in the show. I'm going to leave it because our Portuguese-speaking fans are going to translate it and they're going to know what you're talking about. It's fine.
No worries. I don't have a problem with that.
It's all good. It's all good.
What were you talking about?
Yeah, so
I was saying that in that summer that when I left is the summer when they brought Okaz, Argiri, the striker, you know, for 300,000, Okaz for 500,000. And when I went to Omonoia, the highest salary was, I think, Magno Mussolini, who had like 13 or 14,000.
Wow.
It was the highest salary. And then from that summer on, they started to pay 30, 40, 50, you know. Yeah.
Big money there.
Huge investment, yeah. Bruno Diaz. They brought a lot of players with a lot of money. Yeah.
A big gamble, but it paid off, didn't it? Winning the title, winning the cup.
Yes, it didn't. How I can say? I think the way they are doing now is way much better than it was in that time. You know, just put money and nothing else. No, I think Omonoia is doing the right. They are giving conditions to the play. They have a structure. They have the way they did it. I think was, you know, they didn't came and put all the money in players. No, they are doing gradually. They are investing in facilities. They are giving conditions to the player, and each year they are going a little bit more and a little bit more, and I think like this is sustainable for the club, and not like it happened that time that you just put money, then the president left, and then that is who is coming to pay the bill.
This is it. This is it. But so, when you were signing contracts in Cyprus as a player, what was the longest length you'd sign a contract? Because these days I see a lot of players signing 2-3 year contracts. They don't sign long contracts like they do in other countries.
Normally at the level that I was playing, so I will not consider Omonoia. I will say for the smaller clubs, it's very often that you sign 1 or 2 years maximum contract. I signed when I signed in Paphos, I signed 3. When I signed in Pea, I signed 3 as well. But it was not regular at that time. I mean, to sign with the small clubs for so long. With Omonoia, I signed for 2 or 3 years. I think 3 years because they bought me from Pea, so it was 3 years contract. Yeah.
So in terms of teammates, I know you played with the likes of Noel Kaseki. I spoke to Noel last night, actually. I've got a WhatsApp group with him and Timo Wenzel and Alabi. And, we have lovely conversations there. Kostas Gayafa was obviously there. Magna, as you mentioned, Marcelo Plech. What were these players like in comparison to other players you played with?
Comparison in terms of player or in terms of characters, in terms of...
A bit of both.
Well, listen, when we came in January, with Marcelo was a really good player. Marcelo Plech was a really good player. Cafu, he done well and he helped as well. I think our team, we managed to find a way to fight with the others. We lost the championship. Was, I think when I arrived, was already also lost. We were too far. We only had the cup, and the cup was the game that destroyed my future in Omonoia for myself. I mean,
really, what happened?
Yeah, we had a game that we won 2-1 for the cup, the first leg, and then the second game. And then the second game that we needed to go through, it was the game that captain of Sachas, captain of APOEL, he broke his leg. It was Mguni who broke his leg. And after 5 minutes of this incident, I have some problem, some dispute with Makridi, something, but nothing special. And the referee he gave me red card, and we lost that game. And we went out of the cup, and Dudic was really, really angry about it because I took red card at 20 minutes. But I still today, I never seen the footage after this, but I'm sure about what happened. It never, for sure, anything close even to get a red card. But the fact is that I got a red card, and we lost the passage to the final.
Do you
and
think
Nuno Moraes, he came in that game for Sachas. And then he played the final. He scored because he was also because I was close friend with Nuno. And he was on the way out of APOEL in the end of that season as well. Right. But things change. Football is like this, right? Some moments they bring some players, they put some other players out. This is football.
Absolutely, it could change just like that. One injury, and that's it. You're done for nice.
How you can say Nuno Moraes, the player, he was about to leave APOEL. And suddenly he's becoming the player with more games and more,
Yeah, club legend. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is a shame for them, for us anyway. But yeah. Yeah. But, you said that there was that altercation. Do you think... Okay, I'm going to ask you a bit of a controversial question here. There's been a lot of corruption in Cyprus, as you're probably aware, and certain clubs get decisions. Do you think APOEL had a referee that favoured them? Do you think that's why you got the red card, or maybe it was just some lines?
It was an Israeli referee.
Oh, right. Okay.
I have to be honest. I really believe that was because of the incident. Mguni, he hit really hard, Sachas, and the referee didn't give nothing. He didn't give even yellow. And when he came close to the Sachas, he had the leg, when it's broken.
Right. So he tried to balance it out. The
referee, right. he had this in mind that the guy he didn't give anything, and he broke the leg. So for sure something happened there. And in the next chance he had, because I think me and Makridi, we stayed with the legs like this, and and he came straight red card, without any sense. So I really believe that this specific occasion, it was. But this does not mean that I follow Cypriot football, and there is a tendency that in the times that I was playing, that the referees, they were helping a little bit. Yes, even when we were playing in the small teams, we always say it was different to play with Omonoia or with APOEL or with Anorthosis. It was different.
So did you get a feeling that there was a sense of bias when it came to playing against Omonoia? Did you feel that you guys had the odds stacked against you because of who you were playing for? Is that what the general feeling?
With Omonoia, no, I don't say that they were not. I don't say that. I forget the word now in English.
Well, what is it in Portuguese?
Wait. I don't think that they wanted to
cheat Omonoia.
To cheat Omonoia is not. Yeah. I don't think so. They just wanted to help more other things. They didn't do it on purpose to cheat on Omonoia. I don't think so. They just had better interest in somewhere else.
Okay, well, in terms of teammates, then, what was like Grodzanowski like, and Magno and all the other players? That wasn't Grodzanowski there? Vlatko? No,
I don't know him. No.
Was Ismail Bar there?
Bar, yes.
Yeah.
Amazing guy. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him. I'm trying to find him to get him on the podcast. I can't find him anywhere. He just disappeared.
Yeah, but amazing. All the time smiling, all the time in good mood. What a guy.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I had really good, although I didn't spend a lot of time there, I make really good relations with Nelson Vega, for example, that I didn't know him, or I knew him because he's from my city, but we were not close.
Right.
We became close. Cafu the same. Kaseke was also amazing guy. I had really good relation with everyone. Timo Wenzel was amazing also. I had really good relations with Andonis, Yorgalidis.
Ah, yes. I think he's got his own goalkeeping school now, I think.
Okay. He's where? In Anorthosis, no?
No, I think, I don't know. Has he got his own academy, his goalkeeping academy? Has he got one?
Oh,
I think he might have one.
I thought he was assistant, like goalkeeper's coach in Anorthosis.
Possibly. I know.
Do you live in Cyprus or in England?
I'm in London.
Ah, you live. Okay. You're secretly living in London, yeah.
Well, yeah, my parents are from Cyprus, yeah. So I was born here, but I try to get out there as much as I possibly can. So I'm going end of the month actually. So.
And you're so crazy about Omonoia in never lived in Cyprus. Wow.
No, that's it. Yeah, I mean, so my uncle has always been a big Omonoiadi, always. So whenever I used to go to Cyprus on holiday, he used to take me to the Magario, which was the old stadium that we were at.
Okay.
Yeah. But also another family friend. So basically, my uncle's nephew on the other side of the family, on my dad's side of the family, he's Mario Karamalagi, and he was quite a big name when it came to Omonoia because he worked for the media and he was kind of like Mr. Omonoia. And when he passed away of cancer, they did like a minute silence before a game, and it's on YouTube. And like even now, I get like goosebumps thinking about it. And whenever he used to come over to England, he always used to talk to me about Omonoia, talk to me about Gayafa, talk to me about Ralphman, talk to me about all these players. I'm like, this is amazing, man. So
that's such a big passion, and you never, because normally the passion is feeding that you're close, that you see, that you follow everything from England, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I've been following Omonoia for a long time, but I think the past maybe 2-3 seasons, I think because there's more access with the internet, I think there's more information going on. And obviously with the stuff I'm doing on Instagram, it's made it more of a family thing, and I've got a few followers I've got loads of followers on Instagram, but they're very positive, and they're very positive when it comes to the podcast. We've got over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube now. The interview that we did with Zlogo has gone onto the press. So again, we're doing well, and I've got, I'm very humble when it comes to this because I appreciate what people are doing for us. They don't have to watch.
No, but it's nice. It's nice that you.
It is, and the players as well. The players
are you leaving the club. It's important leaving the club like this, even from far away. It's nice, and it's something that you see a lot in the Cypriot fans and Greek as well. They are a big passion for the. Even yesterday, I went for dinner in the Greek restaurant, and the guy, he was crazy with Paul, but crazy. You only talked about Paul. So they have this. Although he's not living in Greece for, I don't know, 30 years. He said.
Yeah.
But there is this thing that you grab to your mainland, the clubs.
This is it. This is it. And the thing is, I've got when we have weddings in the UK, we do it the traditional way. Whereas in Cyprus, they've kind of moved away from the traditions and they've gone very modern with their approach. I mean, I've seen photographs from recent weddings from friends and family and all that. I'm like, you don't do this, you don't do that anymore, you don't do this. And it's like, well, it takes too long. I'm like, I don't blame you. Like weddings in England, this is ridiculous. You go to the church for like 4 hours. Why? So I don't have a problem with tradition. I don't have a problem with it, but I think sometimes you can't hold on to something for too long. You know, you can't have that sentimental thing because you eventually got to go. You know.
Yeah.
And the same with footballers.
You stay stuck with it.
That's it. And it's the same with footballers. You know, you as a football fan, we can't become too emotionally invested in a player because one day they might say, I want to go back to Portugal to play football. I want to go back to wherever. And, you know, whereas the players can't get emotionally invested to the club because one day the club's going to say, we don't want you anymore. So exactly. it works both ways. But so what would you say were your favorite memories of your time at Omonoia? Do you have any standout memories?
I have. I think this that we discussed before. Huge club. Although it's not the club that it is now, but it was. You could see it. You could feel it. That was huge club. The fans, how they were. Cheering for you and how they were talking to you in the street and how they were, and this passion for the club. I think this is the best thing that I keep from the time that I spent in Omonoia. Maybe the biggest club I played in my career. Although I played, like I said, first division in Holland. But the club was a small club in Holland. It's not the same feeling as when you play for a big club. And this is the things that I keep the most. Yeah.
I remember we had a Georgian striker called Gizilasvili. I think this must have been early 90s because I remember going to the Magario in a Euro. I think it was a UEFA Cup qualifier against Aral, which is like I think they're a Danish team. And he scored twice, and immediately he became an instant hero. But then he just disappeared off the face of the planet. But you know, I think in Cyprus, when you work hard, it doesn't matter if you're not scoring goals, it doesn't matter if you're not putting in the performances that they expect. If they see you working hard, immediately they love you. And I think that's the same with Omonoia. We don't, there are a lot of fans, especially lately, who are a little bit entitled because we won the league last season and they felt that because we had such a good run in Europe, especially the Champions League qualifiers last season, they felt that when we played Dinamo Zagreb, we're going to beat them. No, it's a different team, and it's the level of expectancy raises. And this is what I've been saying for a while now. You know, last season was a bit of a fluke because we'd never qualified for the group stages before, never. So you can't expect the same thing to happen over and over again. But I think over the years,
but this is the difference. Sorry to interrupt you, but this is the difference of fans and the people that they are working in the club. The job of the people who are working in the club is to keep that expectations of the fans real, because you know how it is. Fans is fans. So when they see something, they always will aim for more. But the reality is something different, and I think Omonoia is doing this. Omonoia is doing this really good. I mean, they are doing okay. This season is not perfect yet, but it's not perfect. But you can see that there is job done. You can see this. You feel this from outside. I mean,
I agree, and we've been saying this for the best part of 2-3 weeks now on this podcast. You know, the club has played 13 games in all competitions this season, whereas all the others have played 4 or 5. So if you think about it, there are 26 league games in the first half of the season. We've gone half a season already. You know? And we've had injuries. We've had players on international duty, tired. Oh, come on, like, okay, it's been...
the most thing I think in Cyprus that was doing bad for the teams is that the instability. You lose 2-3 games and they want to put coach out and change and come new players and new coaches, and this it happens quite often. And Omonoia is changing this. They want to keep the same squad. They want to change. They want to make some small touches in the team to improve it and this is how APOEL also did for a while with Jovanovic, and this is, I think, the easiest way to make success. And that's why I think Omonoia, with the stability that they have now, they are doing a good job.
So who would you say is the main guy at the club now that's really influential in terms of making these decisions? We know that Henning Berger's been brilliant, Sokolowski as well as his assistant, Lako, sorry, everyone there, they've been brilliant. But has there been one person that you believe has been instrumental? Or is it just more like a team that they work together?
Yes, I believe that for sure the president gives these tools to Larko to work for the club. But I think the job of Larko have been fundamental, in my opinion, to give the stability to the Larko and Simons, of course, to give the stability to the coach, so he can work and he can have time. He had the time to prepare and to bring the players, and I think they did a good job in this. And for me, this is the most important thing, to keep the stability of the club, and I think he has been fundamental.
One more quick question about Omonoia, the current Omonoia. There's a strong rumor, I'm sure you've heard it, about John Christodoulou taking over the club. Billionaire, well, his assets, I think he's worth like 2 billion. You know all about him. If this does happen, what does this do to Cypriot football? Because we know that APOEL dominated for 6 or 7 years after qualifying for the Champions League and doing so, or bringing in players. We've got financial fair play now, which I'm sure there's a workaround. If Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain can work around it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so what do you think it will do for the scope of Cypriot football? Does that make Cypriot football a stronger product? Do you think there'll be more people wanting to buy clubs in Cyprus? Or are they just going to look at Omonoia and think, wow, this team's just going to dominate now because they've got the money?
No, I don't think Omonoia is, I see a huge improving in the league for this year. You don't see many. In my time, you had 4 or 5 big clubs. Even AEK was not that good. You had APOEL. Omonoia was so in this time. Anorthosis was good. Apollon was good. And then you had a lot of small teams. You don't see this in this moment due to the investors that they are coming to Paphos, to Aris, to even Olympiacos is doing okay with the money. No, different kind of investment.
Good scouting team, very good scouting.
But they are doing well with it. They are doing well with the money they are investing. And I think the league is really strong. And for the first time since I came in 2006. There is 5-6 teams that they can take the league this season. I don't believe that it's going to be only between Omonoia and Apollon or Anorthosis or APOEL. I don't think so. I think the other teams they can fight in 12 teams. There is 8 really good clubs with good conditions, with good players, with good and this will make the league more interesting. As better is your players and better as is your football, in theory, it will be better to sail abroad and to be known as a better league. So I think this is the way things are going.
Okay, lovely. Well, look, before we wrap it up, Bernardo, I just want to ask you some quick fire questions. I'm going to give you a player's name, and you have to tell me just a few words to describe them, or if you have a story about them. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. Let's go with Nelson Vega. Let's go with him first. Easy one.
Nelson is my great friend since the time we played in Omonoia. We laugh a lot together. He's like a clown. He makes me laugh like crazy. Stories. I'm not good to remember stories.
problem.
I'm not the guy to remember stories all the time, but he's really my close friend. I really like Nelson.
Excellent.
We stayed good friends.
Excellent. What about Marcelino? What made him so crazy?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I was hoping you didn't ask for that one. Where should I start?
I've got all I'm gonna get the cigar out, mate, and put my feet up.
He was just crazy. The time I came here, he just, he was the Cristiano Ronaldo from Cyprus until suddenly he went all the way down because I think he was not mentally ready to be a football player.
Was it just
he's a nice guy, he's a nice boy, but his mind was not for football. I mean, not concentrated, not focused, not focused in different things.
Well, yeah, but was it the money? Do you think he earned too much so young? Do you think that's what it was?
No, I don't think so. I think he was. I don't know. I don't think he get that much money. I don't know that his contracts before, but yeah. He's a good kid. He had huge talent because his talent to play football, I think, one of the best I played with. But unfortunately, he was not wanting enough.
Right. Okay.
Focus enough. This is huge talent. It's a shame that he didn't make better career.
Because you got to make a lot of sacrifices to get to any level, And
people don't have a clue.
This is it.
Okay, no, there is now even worse because in our times things they were not so professional. Caiaphas, he was bringing friends to hotel, and when we were with the team, we went for preparation one time. They wanted to put 6 or 7 players out because we went for clubbing. And these things, they were still happening, which now in these times it's much more difficult. Players, they are much more prepared, they are much more professional than we were. They have access to much more information, so they prepare much better, they rest much better, they eat much better. It's a different story than when the times I was playing.
Brilliant. One final player. I heard the story about this gentleman from a former player. I can't remember who told me, but the players were on a coach going back from a game, and some Omonoia fans got into a fight. And this player, Kostas Gaiafa, stopped the bus, got out, and started fighting the other fans.
This was in Peja.
Yeah?
This was in Peja.
All right.
I was in Peja playing.
Oh, okay, so you heard about it?
I heard about it. I was not in Omonoia this time. We won the game 3-0, Peja to Omonoia. And in the end, there were Omonoia fans, they were waiting for the bus. And I heard the story. I was not there. But I heard the story that Caiaphas, he went out and he started to fight with fans, yes.
So what was he like?
Caiaphas also, we didn't spoke about him also. Great guy, crazy, but great guy. I had always a really good relation with him. And but he was great.
So, but he was a club legend, though. Every person I speak to,
his father was a legend, but you could see it as well. He was different. He was a legend of the club. All the players they respected him. You could see that he was different. But I remember always him, even in the derbies and this. I felt this trust on him, and he was the leader. He was a good guy, leader.
Brilliant. Well, Bernardo, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, is there anything that you'd like to mention? Anything that you're doing now that you want people to know about? Any websites, any social media that you want to promote?
No. Thank you for the invitation. I hope all goes good with your program, and that Omonoia that has such a good fans that keep this good way, and a lot of success. Okay.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, boys and girls, that was Bernardo Vasconcelos. We'll be back very soon. As I said, hit that subscribe button, like, tell your NOUNA. Until next time, promise you.